God put something inside of you. If he put it inside of you, it's there for a reason. It will manifest, it will come out. Your only job is to get it out of you. Right? It's got to go from being inside to outside. And you got to keep working on that until you do it. And no shortcuts. We don't want shortcuts. Take your season, take your time, take your steps. I told another girl this a couple weeks ago. We were in Atlanta and she said, I've been working for a long time. I've been working for years and nothing ain't happening. I'm ready for it now. I want to skip some steps. Like I'm tired. I'm ready. And I said, but when you skip those steps, right? So when somebody building foundation, if they skip a step, what's going to happen to the house when you get it?
It will fall.
Honey, it's going to crumble, right? So I don't mind. You know, it took over 20 years for me to get here. I built a foundation for over 20 years. Look how big my house is. And it's sturdy. Honey, it's strong. Honey, this house got windows. Honey, it's very good. and I can add on to it whenever I feel like it.
Yeah.
So take your time. Enjoy your waiting season.
Follow that intuition, follow that gut, that heart. You know, it's yours. Everyone doesn't have the same heart. Everyone doesn't have the same mindset. So follow it, see it all the way through. You know, have that unbreakable faith that, you know, when you hop off that mountain, that you'll be flying and not falling. You know what I mean? Because God gave us these wings. God gave us this purpose to walk in. All we have to do is just be strong enough to.
Every day you should be fighting to get better. But what are you living for? Life with no purpose is not life. You know, living to survive is depressing. And that's the reason why most people are depressed. They're not dreaming. You have to visualize your dream. And the dream to me is always to get paid to do something that you would do for free. Period. So if you're doing something you would do for free, if you love it, you should be doing it so much you're the best at it and that you're so good at it that you get paid.
People
you have
want
to be inspired.
Yeah.
You know, and then understanding multiples and understanding what that means and all the business that comes with it. You know, it's a challenge. It's not meant to, life's not meant to be easy, and people think it is. It's not. It's meant to push boundaries. You're meant to sacrifice so the people you love do not have the same problems.
Right.
I think as human beings, everybody has a natural gift and a natural passion, but then you go outside and you get influenced and you feel pressure from what's going on outside. And so, you know, I read one time, like, would you rather be at war with yourself and at peace with the world, or at peace with yourself and at war with the world? And that was powerful for me. You know what I'm saying?
Right. If you want to be a goon, be a goon. You know it comes with death or jail come with that. So
Don't tell.
There's some niggas out here that's going to hit you the fuck up, and it's a judge down CJC that's going to give you 100 years. You want to be a self-made millionaire, a king of oneself, the head of your family, somebody take care of your mother, your family. Hustle hard, man, get some money. How long y'all seen me rapping? 10 when I start rapping. I'm 26, that's 16 years. I just started getting money 3 years ago. That's 13 years. If it take me 13 years to get this money, why can't it take you 13 years? Don't hate on me because it took me 13 years. I was broke for 13 years. I was broke. Yeah, when you see me, I had nappy braids. Yeah, my stomach was hurting. It really was hurting. I really starved some nights, man. I mean, so if it could take me 13 years, why can't it take you 7? Get on your grind. Start now.
The reason why grandmama's cooking was so good, because she didn't cook Sunday dinner, Sunday evening. She started Saturday night. And she let it marinate overnight. That's why it was so good. The reason why your gift is not like all these other gifts that are so microwavable, it's because God's put something in you that is too great. And you got to know that what's inside of you is so great that it's taking a little bit longer, because God did not call you to be microwavable. So don't give up. Your time is coming.
Patience is needed. So the problem with people that are in survival mode is they want to get air and oxygen as soon as possible. So, you know, thinking that you have to buy something and fix it and go through all the loans and whatever it takes to go through it, you know, sometimes it might take a year or two to start getting money. but that happens. In a real business, corporately, it takes 10 years of loss to actually start to have profit. This is what you're programmed to believe. And that's what intimidates people from doing it. And that's what makes people have to use other people's money. But at the end of the day, anything that's going to make you a profit is not going to happen most of the time in a month. It's not going to happen sometimes in a year. But as long as you're fighting and doing something you love and you're seeing it actually evolve, then that's what should be fueling your fire. And you have to expect some struggle. It's going to happen. It's part of the game. You have to struggle a little when you're starting a business. It's never rosy.
Okay. And you also said that as soon as you stand still, everything else will.
That's real.
Elaborate on that just a little.
Once you stand still, so will everything else. You know this. It's just, I feel like you gotta stay motivated out here, whatever you're doing. If you're not doing nothing that motivates you, fuck are you doing? You know what I mean? For me, my motivation comes from doing what I love to do. So I'm gonna keep going at it. I'm gonna keep moving at it. I'm gonna keep, climbing higher and higher because that's my choice. And when you stand still, how can you expect a move? How can you expect change? Mm-hmm. How can you expect progression? The progression comes from taking risks. Progression comes from taking chances. You know what I mean? Success comes from failing. You can't win without taking an L. That's impossible.
I thought we was doing this just so we could be with our kids. I'm not doing this so I could be outside more. I'm doing this so I could be with my kids. Period. And if you're doing it for any other reason, that's why you're not happy. Because love's not involved. That's not your currency. I'm not going to spend the money. I work for my children and my girl. I'm an employee for them.
Straight up.
Literally, I don't get nothing. All money just goes into paying people. Niggas, I don't get to look at money. I want them to keep the broke shit on me. Keep that shit. Leave me the fuck alone.
Right.
I'm trying to build this dream over here and be high while I'm doing it.
Straight up.
It's a mentality. I want to have generations of this. What if your kids aren't as strong as you?
Mm-hmm.
What if your kids aren't as strong as you? Then what?
The wise old owl sat on the oak. The more he heard, the less he spoke. The less he spoke, the more he heard. Let's all be like that wise old bird.
Yes, sir.